people that you spend.
Average of 5 people you spend the most time with, and the only good thing standing between you and your goal is the bullshit story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. Today we're going to look at the average of 5 people that you spend the most time with, and we're going to work some things out. This is a rule of thumb, Ollie's favourite thing, the thumb, but the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Okay? I'm going to give you an indication, and you're going to do some work on this. If anyone in here, and I really respect what teachers do, but the culture of teaching is horrific. I haven't met a single teacher that tells you they love their job. I've got a lot of teachers, I haven't got a lot of teachers, I've got a small minority of teacher friends who just fucking moan about it. A lot. Oh yeah, this did that, or we don't get this, we don't get that, we don't get this, we don't get that. And people can be like that about their job, but if you're the average of 5 people, and you're in teaching, and you're, the equivalent of Maisie going in everything's sunshine and rainbows every day, which is a fantastic trait to have, and you go into teaching, I guarantee you either leave, or you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So what I want you to think about is the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. I'm going to give you some topics. I want you to think about how you would think where your friends are with it. So one is earnings. So average of 5 people you spend the most time with. What I want you to think about is who's the top earner in your group? Are you all fairly similar? Etc. Work ethic, depending on how you define that, will be your choice, but work ethic. And then I'm also going to bring into that work mindset, because let's say, for example, things really hack me off when I hear from my friends and they'll go, yeah, do you know what? I did fuck all today. And I'm like, why did you do that? Because you're a twat, right? And imagine if that mindset creeps in where it's like, yeah, today I did nothing. And you're like, all right, well, I worked really hard today and you've done nothing. What did you do? Well, I just played on FIFA, but I moved up to the Homer Simpson thing and just did a nuclear reaction blow up on Simpsons. All the films and everything's coming out today. You think I actually watch these things? So that work mindset and work ethic is slightly different. Okay, so I want you to think about what's the language that people use around work and people communicate. The other thing I want you to think about, one of my favourite quotes currently in top 3, self-investment. What's the level of self-investment that happens with the people around you? Another one is the challenging mindset of around it. Of your people around you, do they call you out on your bullshit? Do each of you call you out on your bullshit? Or does everyone go, yeah, no, that's all right. And when I say call you out on bullshit, what I mean is not what I regard as banter. As in actually, look, you need to sort your life out. You need to have this conversation. You need to do this. And then I also want you to think about is health. What is the average? And it might be that somebody's unhealthy but thin, which is why I'm not going down the weight route, but what's the perception of the health? Is it always encouraging to go to takeaways to go and do this? Is it always encouraging to eat better? Like I've got, a friend with somebody you've met, Alex Rawlings, who comes up, and he's just, we all call him the Greek god. And he changes my mindset with regards to health, and he challenges me. Okay? I challenge him on business, challenge him on what he's doing. So how does that sit around there? What I want you to do is to begin to think and list the people you spend the most time with and think, do I need to address any of these areas? Do I need to get my influence from other people on these particular topics? Because if you think, well, I'm the average of the 5 people I spend the most time with, if you get all your business advice from really highly successful business people, and they're all 40 stone, it's a good group to be in until they start talking about whether you should have a donut or a salad. The 7th morning snack they've got. Right? But you might have a different group where you take your influences from your health. You might have a different group where you go out and you have a really good time, but you don't take the work influence from them. you don't talk about work, you don't have that conversation. If it does go to work, you kind of move yourself away from it because it's not an environment you want to be in. This isn't about, and what tends to happen is people, when they build wealth, their friendship groups change because they tend to go, well, you're different than I am. I go to different places, I do different things now, and things happen. And that's why, if you look at, is it Molly May that came out and just talked about the fact that she's hardly got any friends? Because all of her friends want to see her every week and want to be with her and want to go out on the weekend, etc. And she doesn't do any of that. All she does is work. I think it was, she did a topic, she did a video on it. But that tends to happen. But it's not that you have to drop all your friends, it's just where do you get your influences from and where's your averages. If you've got a load of mates and you have a really good time on a night out, you're not going to turn them down like, oh no, I can't come out anymore because, John, you only earn 15 grand a year. But it's like, I'm not going to take my influence with regards to what my financial benchmarking is. I'm going to take that influence from somebody else. And if you don't have them, those gaps is being able to find people. It might be that the people in work you need to spend more time with. It might be that there's people that you've got a certain friend that if you saw him or her more, then they may be the person that drives you to the right health. They're always out running and you're always out with your other mate going to pizzas. Whereas if you switch the time around a little bit, still have pizza, but maybe once a week instead of 5 times a week, and spend four times the other 4 days spending with that friend, that might change things.